another At Home with Dr. Ace, the Global Mentor Coach. It is January 22nd, 2019. Can you believe it? The month is almost over. We're almost 30 days into the new year. And listen, I'm already through a fantastic transition, and I'm sure that you are probably in some type of transition of your own. This year is going to be absolutely amazing. I'm speaking it, and you need to speak it. Not only speak it, but believe it, okay? Believe that this is going to be your best year yet, because I'm personally believing that this is going to be my best year yet. So, I've been in a transition, you guys, and I just want to share with you a quick couple nuggets that I've learned from this transition I've been in. I recently moved. I'm still in Florida because we're leaving Florida that I know of anyway. And you know, I've never ceased to be amazed at the things that I learn in life. I think everything there's a teachable moment in just about everything. And during this transition, this move, everything was so smooth. I mean, until one point. But even in that, I am grateful for the bump because it gave me such revelation and such information, but it also revealed so much about me. A lot of times we think that we have certain characteristics or qualities in ourselves that we really don't have, or we have them, but not to the extent that we believe that we have them. So one of the things that I learned was I'm not as flexible as I thought I was. And I am okay with that. See, this is the thing. You've got to learn to be okay with who you are. And I'm okay that I'm not as flexible as I thought I was, or as I once used to be. And maybe there are certain things that I'm flexible about where in other areas I'm just not. It's just like, nah, a little bit more stringent and dogmatic. The other thing is, I learned that just because I have a set of standards doesn't mean that everyone is going to subscribe to my standards. And so you just have to learn to, take the good with the bad. It's the facts of life. Hey, so, standards, it's okay to have your own standards, but understand that everyone won't align with your standards and where you are. Um, there's the other thing is just because people perceive their values, their company values to be a certain thing doesn't mean they know what that actually looks like or that they will live them out. For instance, you can have a set of core values that say that integrity and honor and honesty is your core value, but that doesn't mean that that company is going to properly reflect those things. You have to understand that everybody is a market. There's a market for everything. This morning I saw, this is going to blow your mind. I actually saw a photograph of, get this, is called ironing water. Ironing water in a bottle. It was about this big of a bottle, okay, for $17.99. There's a market for everything, okay, and so people feed off of that, and they present themselves a certain way, especially their businesses. And so, in good faith, you find a business whose values align with that of your own, and you kind of have an expectation that that is going to live out. But what I found out is that that's not always the case. And not that I didn't know that, but there are some things that you will only find out by experience. People can say this, they can have great testimonials, all of that. You can do your due diligence, but at the end of the day, your encounter is not going to be the next person's encounter. And again, it kind of aligns sometimes with your standards, but at the same time, if you say that this is your core value, it's not that difficult to kind of live that out. You know what I mean? So that's another thing. And then finally, You know, I just want to say is when you move, you realize that you don't realize that you have an attachment to your things. Not saying that you have a lot of stuff, because I've gotten rid of a lot of things over the years. Um, but you have an attachment to them. They mean something to you. But on the other hand, you have things that maybe every day you take for granted. You see it and it's just like, but until something happens to it, or whatever the case may be, you don't realize how much it meant to you, until you've had to reflect on it. And then sometimes as you reflect on it, you realize I have an unhealthy attachment to this, or this is some type of soul tie that I've had to this inanimate object, or why do I care so much about this, or is this keeping me bound to a point in my life, in my past, that God wants to get me past. God wants to take me beyond that. And so these are just a few things that I learned and wanted to pass off to you. And this next episode of At Home with Dr. H, just because it was very hurtful, but at the same time, I'm so grateful for it. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm grateful for it because I've learned so much about it, from that experience, a lot about myself, and have come to the conclusion that I'm okay with me as I am, who I am. And I want you to be okay with who you are, as you are. Take the good with the bad, learn from it, grow from it, and, don't let it negatively impact you, because even through that experience, what I also learned is I'm a very forgiving person. I walk in forgiveness, and sometimes you don't realize that. And so it's like, okay, I'm good. Once you get past how you feel about the situation, not situation, the situation, um it's like, you know what, yeah, yeah, I've grown. I'm a much better person, and I'm grateful for this experience because it's taught me some things. It's revealed some things that I didn't even know was there, and I'm grateful for the growth. And so I want to encourage you to be grateful for the growth, and just realize that your standards are not everybody's standards. It's okay, and when you do your due diligence, when things still don't work out the way you anticipated it, it's still okay because there's something greater for you in it. So, thanks for tuning in with me. You've been at home with me, Dr. Race, the Global Mentor Coach. Remember to spread lots of love and light.